lose all your relations. Carry me, fuck our generation. Loving you can't be wrong. Love is our salvation now.
Hey guys, welcome to an amazing video. Today we are in my room, in my favorite place in my room, which is my reading nook, my chill space. And today we're going to be reading one of my poems from my poetry book, Flowers on My Name, out on July 27th. Make sure to go check that out. You can buy it on Amazon, and it's going to be an amazing book. So, yeah, today we're going to be talking about one of the poems I wrote. And we're going to talk about some of my poetry book and how I set it up and the contents, so let's get into it. Flowers on My Name is my first debut poetry novel, split into 3 fragments: melancholic silence, swiftly aching, and blooming. It focuses on the path that us as creations should take in order to bloom. It talks about the state of tranquility, it talks about hurting, and it talks about blooming. The first poem in my book is called God's Child, and I feel like it's one of my favorite and most memorable symbolic poetry I've ever written. It focuses on the creation of Eve and how it's so symbolic, and it's so symbolic in the day that we've been created. One of my favorite parts of the book is all throughout the book I reference a classical painting with the image of the painting that you can refer back to it as you read, because I analyze the meaning of the painting, I analyze how well it fits into a situation that you may be feeling to, and how other artists are going through the same thing. But now let's get into the poem. God's Child. In organic creation, I have the body clothed with grace and salvation. I'm filled with the tendency to observe myself wrong. Blessed with velvet skin and tender seed, one eye for luck, another prohibited from greed. God observed Eve vigilantly, and her beauty came to life, a beauty amongst nature and sharp like a knife. Something so beautiful yet perilous exudes in abundance. Your creation is sacred. Even when the pearl inside you loses its shine, it's fine. Eve's essence inside remains divine. Within your first breath lies transparency. Your small hand reaches towards serenity. You're a small wonder in a world so big. Even when the ground becomes quiet, discover your pearl. God himself believed Eve reached for something greater. Her essence became an eternal reverence that follows you within melancholic silence. That's my first poem of my poetry novel. And its meaning is so important to me because it is one of the most symbolic poems I've written, because it highlights the importance that we put into religion and how it frames our whole life. How it frames people's journeys, how it frames people's healing, and how one figure, Eve, was shamed so much for trying to reach for something greater. Today we see a lot of imagery hidden between those words. We see women being discriminated, shameful, and much more. And I think that's what I wanted to highlight, how we are all the same. Eve wanted something that anybody can want, you know? She was really curious, and she became comfortable with her skin to get what she wanted. You know, Adam as a man was not able to come and stop it. Adam was not able to really get her, and that's the beauty that lies within a woman. You know, I as a man can value that women are one of the most important and symbolic figures of the whole world. Our existence is based on women, and once you really notice the steps that are taken to blooming, you gotta be comfortable with your skin. That was my first poem, and as we're coming to the end of this video, I really wanted to analyze it with you guys, and you know, there's not everything I can analyze because that's for you to analyze. If you guys want to leave me your comments down below and let me know if you guys are excited for my poetry book, let me know. I can definitely do more, and I can talk about some of the most symbolic poetry that has impacted me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I love you guys.